Well, all right. Having some issues today, but that's all right. That's the way things are, isn't it? Um, yeah, that's fine. All right, we're just gonna go with it. I know that we are live, probably on YouTube right now on the close up. So welcome to that. And if you're watching on the regular Kitten Academy live stream, then you can go look for the close up. But I am having a little, I can see the chat technically, but it's kind of compressed. So I may not be able to see everything people are saying, but that's all right. It's going to be a real quick one today because I've got a whole bunch of things to get done, mostly around cleaning. There's a chance, and just a chance, that we may be getting a surprise mom cat to come in today. And if that's the case, I want to be ready for her. But if it's not the case, I'll let you know. Just assume it's not, unless you end up seeing a whole new cat on the stream tonight. Anyway, so I don't want to get into that. What I do want to get into is that this is our current mom cat. There she goes. That's Cahoots. She's going to go have a snack, I think. Yeah, that's where her food dish is. So she's gone over to the other room to have a snack. And while she's doing that, we're going to take a look at her kittens that I believe have their eyes, some of them have their eyes starting to open up today. At least enough to tell. So that's pretty exciting. So let's get in here and take a look. I'm going to try to put this on the tripod so we can weigh the kittens together. We can look at their eyes, and I don't have to try to hang on to everything quite as much by myself. So let's try that. In fact, I'm going to point this right here at the scale as close as we can get and see what we can do with that. All right, what do you think? It's pretty good? It's pretty good, I think. All right, cool. All right, so our kittens, as you know, we've got 5 kittens here, 4 boys and four girls and a boy, and they are just about 2 weeks old this weekend. So they're all coming up on 2 weeks old, which is the right time for their eyes to be opening. We usually figure 10 days. They're all a little bit older than 10 days, but 10 days is the average. So going a little over that is fine. Averages are averages. But I think today is the day we're going to see a whole bunch of eyes. So let's take a look. We're going to start right here with Hoodwink, the first little girl. And she's definitely got her eyes starting to open up. Let's see if she'll show you. First, we're going to weigh her. 8.2 it says. I'll show that 8.2 so we can look for it later if we need to. And I believe this is Hoodwink because you can see that the gray comes down over just one side of her face. And you can also see, I think, that she's got some eyes starting to show. They're not all the way open yet, but they're a little bit open yet, which is nice. So let's see, they would be, Saturday would be 2 weeks. So today's Thursday. So we're going to say, 12 days? Something like that today? Somebody else can do the math on that if you want. I'm just going to go with that. It's all difficult, especially when you take into consideration the time of day that they were born and stuff. It doesn't matter. We don't have to be exactly right. But at any rate, that's Hoodwink. And look at that. She's starting to get big. She's starting to be able to move herself around, but their heads are still so heavy compared to their little muscles that they're going to have a little bit of a hard time picking themselves up and walking like regular kittens quite yet, which is what we expect. Also very, very floofy, like I mentioned. That fur is really outgrowing their bodies at this point. They're not keeping up, which is too cute. All right, so let's put her back and look for, hi, sweetheart, okay. Let's put you back in there and look for the one boy. Hogwash was the second born. We're just going to try to keep going in that order for fun now. Yep. Okay. Yeah, he's got to be somewhere all the way back here, though. Mom's trying real hard not to lay down on them. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is our boy here. Wow, they're already starting their fur patterns are even starting to look a little. Hi, look at those eyes. Let's look one more time. Oh, we're getting a preview. Okay, we'll come back to you. Still want to go in order. So this is little Hoggy right here, Hogwash. Hi, buddy. And you can see, his eyes are kind of starting to open too, just a little bit. They generally start from sort of the inside corner like that, and then you'll get a day where they're kind of halfway open like they are this, and the halfway, sideways, let's see, 9.1. That's Hogwash, the boy. halfway open like they are here. And then maybe tomorrow they'll be kind of all the way open. So he's doing very good. And very floofy, too. I just can't believe how floofy these kids seem right now. I don't think that they're going to be long-haired cats, but you can never tell. Sometimes they really surprise you. Sometimes they even leave the academy before they fully floof out, and we never even suspected that they were going to be long-haired kitties, and then they turn into real floofers. So that can happen, too. Okay, but he's always been the most complainy, so that's no exception right there. That's our boy, Hogwash. All right, next up we have Flim Flam, who's I think the one we were just looking at, and the one that she was showing almost half of her eyes yesterday, wherever she is. So it's no wonder that she's probably the furthest along today. Here we go. You can tell Flim Flam by that big dot right in the middle of her shoulder blades. Or from her beautiful little face with one eye almost all the way open. I'd say that one on the left is like 3/4, and the one on the right is, probably 2/3. Yeah, something like that. We'll go with that. Anyway, let's put her down here and get her weight real quick. That's Flim Flam. She weighs 8.2 today. 8.2 for little Flimmy. Flimmy. Okay, Flim Flam. There we go, little Flim Flam. Hi. Oh, yes. Well, you're the furthest along, I'm pretty sure. You certainly were yesterday. So that's our little girl, Flim Flam. And then we go for Mayhem. Mayhem is this one that's getting hugged by Mom right now. Okay, I moved Mom's paw, but that was very cute. So this is Mayhem. Oh, look at that. You've got some eyes showing up too, just a little bit. Yeah. Look at those barely little peepers. You look like you're looking around too. You're like, oh, what is all this stuff that I can suddenly see? It's not making any noise, but I know it's there. That's weird. Let's see, 8.8. Good. Good job. That's Mayhem. Once again, Mayhem is distinctive because of the dot on her forehead, or top of her head, really, not even the forehead. Her forehead goes all the way up, like a 5 head maybe. So look at that cute little face, though, yes. And they're all super chonky and just fat, little happy, fuzzy babies. Just very, very much the kind that we like to see. Makes me happy. Their mom's doing a great job of taking care of them. She is purring up a storm in there, too. And that leaves the smallest one, Bamboozle, who's always been the smallest. Let's see here. Somebody in the hallway is talking. We'll go see who that is after. Even Bamboozle's got an eye, one eye open, and one eye, I think there's just a little tiny dot there. That's the way a few of them were looking yesterday, with just a little tiny dot. So there we go. That is Bamboozle, the smallest, and the smallest is 7.2 today. That sounds pretty good to me. Not too far behind. So that's little Bamboozle. Hi. Okay, let's get a good picture of you. There you go. Look how cute you are. Little Bam. All right. So that's all the kittens. We just went through that pretty quickly. Like I said, I got a lot to get done today, so I don't want to take too long. And I am trying to read the chat, so that's good. I think I can see it a little bit. Let me get in here for a minute. I'm going to be quiet so you can hear how much she's purring. Let's try that, okay? So this is my chance to remind all of you of a couple really important things. The number one important thing is that I think we're still looking for some applications for the other kittens. I don't know that for sure, of course, but last I heard. So I would go with that. I would say definitely apply for the older kittens, which we're going to go see real quick, just so that you know who I'm talking about. In case you don't, you oughta. Who was crying out here and is already gone? Okay, hang on. I'm hunting. Everybody's moved somewhere else. Sorry if you're dizzy. Let's try this, though. We're going to go right down here. Hi, Eddie. Oh, Eddie's running from somebody outside. I guess the street crew's probably working out there. So I know the three boys are in here, but I was trying to get their sister in here too. Okay, she's about ready. I see her. Because we need a shift change. We need to let Logan and Maggie come out of their where they're hidden right now. But these are the three boys. This is Spyglass and Astrolabe or Astro. And then inside here is Caliper. Hi, Caliper. There we go. So all three of them are ready to be adopted and picked up anytime. So if you do feel like applying, go to our website, kitten.academy. And if you have any trouble with that, let me know. Let headmaster at kitten.academy know. That's actually managed by Lisa, but she'll let me know if there's something going on. And here is their adoptive sister. Hi, Trinket. Hi, such a sweetheart. She came right down from where she was on the cat tree when she saw me heading this way. And I think she should get adopted with one of the boys if she can, but she loves her people just fine. She's very playful. And she does get along with most other cats. Just she can be kind of grumpy at first, though, and tries to set her boundaries pretty strongly. So you got to be ready for that. She's purring, too. Can you hear that? I'll tell you something funny. I don't think I've ever said something about this on any of our close-ups before, but some of these cats, well, all of them really, come to us with names that the shelter have given them, and they're usually just kind of placeholder names. They're usually names that just identify them on the trip to Kitten Academy, really, so we don't take the names, we don't usually keep them. I don't think we ever have kept them. In a lot of cases, I think, like Trinket's case, they just named her and then put her on a transport and she came here. And that name is really just so that when we get her from the transport, they can say, okay, that's the cat that you were after. Use her name and we'll be sure that's the one that you were looking for. So the thing I wanted to share is that her name from the shelter was Krabby. And I didn't ask, but I'm pretty sure the reason they named her that is because she was so growly when she showed up, and that's sort of how she communicates at first. But as you can see, we very rarely get that kind of growling out of her now, except for when Maggie's around. So, I just thought that was a cute thing, that's all. So, that is Trinket, Spyglass, and this is Astro and Caliper. I can do this. There we go. And they're all kind of chilling out after their big play this morning. If you want to see some of that, you need to look at the micro archives that aren't live. Well, they're live on the Kitten Academy live stream, but if you're not watching the Kitten Academy live stream 24 hours a day, then you can miss them. But they're published the next day, and they got a lot of play yesterday morning. You can see in the published micro close-up from yesterday, and then there's going to be another one from today, where I brought in some weeds from the garden for them to play with, believe it or not. This is their mom also, right here, the one that's trying to get me to follow her around. This is their mom, Ocean. Hi. And the reason she's not in there with them right now is because she's got her suit off and she would nurse them, and we're trying to get that to end. So she also still needs an adopter. So definitely... she'd be fine to go with one of her kittens, and I think she'd be fine if she didn't go with one of her kittens. She's just a sweetheart. She comes into my office and she just wants to snuggle and purr, and when she's got her suit off, like she does now, she's also very playful. She'll take toys and carry them around the house and throw them and chase them and all the stuff that kittens do. So she can be very kitteny sometimes, but also a great lap cat and snuggler. Last night she just climbed right up on my chest and just wanted to sit there all night. Made it very difficult to see the television, but that's cute too. There we go. Okay. So that's Ocean, or Oshi, and those were her three boys and kind of her adopted daughter. And they're all ready to be picked up by adopters right away as soon as we hear from Dawes that they've got enough applications and enough approved adopters. So that is that. Now, I have to figure out if we're going to get a new mom cat, and if we do, where we're going to put her. So we're going to wrap this up a little early today. Oh, hey. But like I said, if you feel like you need some extra kittens to watch, you can tune into the Kitten Academy live stream, which is 24 hours a day of all these same cats from all the various cameras around the house. Or you can watch the micro archives. They're labeled with the date and the word micro on our YouTube channel. And there's one that's up from yesterday, and the one from today will be up tomorrow because they, like I said, not live. They come a day behind. And one last piece of advice, at least for yesterday and today, if you check the video description of those micro archives, there's actually a full version that shows all 3 camera angles. And usually it's not very interesting, but for yesterday's and today's micro, it might be very interesting. We've got all 3 cameras have action. So I would say go to the description and follow that link if you can. That's the best way to do it. But it's up to you. Don't let me tell you what to do. I'm just some guy on the internet. What do I know? Thank you so much for joining me. And we're working through these technical difficulties, but I'm just glad that in the meantime we can do these close-up streams at all. That's worth something to me, and I think it's worth something to you guys. So I hope so anyway. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you so much for sticking with us, even though I know it seems like I've been pretty absent for a little while. That's how I feel anyway, and hoping to be a lot more present now or soon. We're working on it. It's a process. Okay, I guess we're done here. Thanks, everybody.